Just clarifying.
Yeah. They were trying to keep
Clarifying what I do and don't know.
Yeah, they were trying to keep the conversation between them. Especially
Okay.
with the known information. The most you're going to hear from here is, it was this person. You're gonna have to trust me. We should go kill that person. I will not explain what's happening. Holy fuck. Crash, what the fuck?
Oh!
Huh?
Who hurt you? I need to know.
I'm merely playing Ichabod to full extent, my friends.
Oh yeah,
He
look,
is
he's down there.
a spirit of
Is
vengeance.
he down there?
He's in the bottom right.
Of many things he is. Vengeance
Yeah,
is
oh
one
yeah, I
of them.
did notice that. Yeah.
I was looking earlier, but I didn't see him.
Yeah, I saw it, but it didn't click that it was like a bod for whatever reason.
I was zoomed in on like everyone over here, so he wasn't even on the camera for me.
Fantastic.
So, Slivy's coming? How many did you say?
11 in total. 2 columns of 5 and 1 at the front.
Also just frown heavily in their direction.
We can use them, Silas. They can be a blade for us in this instance, I think.
If you're gonna do a good job.
If it's one thing they're good at, Sylvalians, it's dealing in blood.
I also look to Jar and say, you're going to have to do most of the talking.
Just pat Silas on the head between their ears. Nods.
South will nod back. Just stand near Sajar.
Now, where did those two go off to? Do I see Delphi and Morgar anywhere?
As you begin like walking around and look from, yes, you spot them as they're finishing their conversation, whatever it is they were talking about.
Morgar, you've been looking
whatever.
around. Did you find anything?
More than
Move, you've been looking around. Did you find anything?
More than I wanted to.
What did you find?
What was the broke saying again? I can't remember. The Tira?
Mm-hmm.
Enough to say it's a Tira.
Okay. Do you have evidence of that?
Aye.
Perfect. We turn that evidence over to the Sylvalians.
Okay. I'm not sure how that would handle in their court exactly.
Grim and gruesome death, I would imagine.
I think that's probably appropriate, but okay.
Let them run. If Latira did this, let them run. Let them look over their shoulders for the rest of their life, as short as it will be.
Okay, so hand in our evidence, go find your parents, I guess? Or is there anything else you want to do here?
There's nothing left to do here. Get that book.
Once we find your family, Silas, we can rebuild.
Silas nods.
When we get there.
They wipe one of their eyes and they just nod.
You guys could hear conversation happening between the one aforementioned Mr. Ewan and one of the West Levies.
Officer.
The conversation stops. Let's talk more about this later. There's nothing to talk about, Legionnaire. It's one of ours. We'll sort ourselves. We'll see about that. One of the Legionnaire walks over to you. This is the one that, the head Legionnaire, I guess you'd say.
Look one more time at Silas for confirmation.
Seems hesitant, but... And I don't know if you'd be able to get this just from looking at them, but they know that, you know, we just went after Fergus. They're not sure that they're going to be able to convince everyone to have the same bloodlust for Latira that they do at the moment. So they just give an unhappy, but willing nod.
We found some evidence that you might want to be privy to. Morvi, would you mind showing? Lieutenant, was it?
Sergeant.
Sergeant. Would you mind showing the sergeant what you found and what it means?
Before he does that, he looks to Silas with a neutral face of familiarity, if that makes sense. Are you sure?
A familiar indifference.
Familiar indifference. You sure you want to hear this? This isn't. I wouldn't want to hear this.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Thinks about it and glances at Sajar. And where's everyone else? Like,
Deet is around the. Well, I say around the corner. You guys can pretty easily see through most of the building at this point. She's still around front with
What
Zal and
corner?
Kebab. Polis is walking around in this sort of like pained, agonized state. Like, who could do this? Why? Abigail is accompanying Tolis. She is a noble figure. She is a kind soul, but she is well inured against the horrors of reality, unlike Tolis. She knows why someone would do it, so she's just following Tolis. Evelina
there any...
is just standing there with her arms behind her back, looking radiant like the dawn, with this sort of pained expression on her face, but she doesn't get involved. She just lets you go through it. She looks almost statuesque.
Regal.
Regal.
Word.
So also look back to Morvir and just give a dismissive wave as they start to walk away.
He lets out a very small sigh of relief. He will wait until he is confident that this cat with huge ears can't hear him.
Shut up!
You can hear good. You admitted that. Once they're far enough away, he still in like a decently hushed voice, he would pull the bomb, the item, out of his pockets. One of his many pockets is.
Pockets.
Oh,
What's
God.
this then?
What's all this then?
For my knowledge.
I
of
found it-
mechanical- Oh, go on.
No, so I found it over by the scarecrow. Somebody dropped it.
He turns and looks over his shoulder at the direction of the scarecrow.
I have no.
Some evidence of an arsonist.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
But a bit more than that. It seems the device is specially designed to be contained inside someone's mouth or throat region,
Well, down really.
basically. And with the
And how did you intuit that?
The length of the fuse and the shape of the bomb. It looks like it can be, There's the pointing thing again. Very uncomfortably.
as well as it's not designed to entirely detonate as furiously as a typical bomb. It's just designed to disperse what is within it.
Mm-hmm. And there's that thing written on it, wasn't there? What was again that was said?
He flips over the little cap to kind of show him the quote that's on it.
Seems awfully personal, I would say.
We have a
Revengeful.
prime suspect in mind. Someone we happened to piss off earlier.
You could possibly
This
say
is
Name
the
them.
style.
She's a local goon. Let's hear her. She has a history of arson and a history of being very, very petty.
Mm-hmm.
And cruel, by the sounds of it.
People have
Give that
lost track
here.
of her for the past day or so. She would have had time.
Give that here.
He would gladly hand it over.
Mm-hmm.
He takes it, examines it, puts it away in like this thick, hard leather pouch that's probably as long as the width of a scroll, maybe longer, delicately. He looks at you guys. Noted. Do you know whereabouts she is?
Morva just shakes his head.
She's-
Like I said, last dare. So
Morva, you're local. You know a little bit about the people who live here. Is she the kind of person who would want to see her effect on people? If this was aimed at Silas, because this is their home, do you think that they would be around close enough to actually look at Silas while this is revealed to them?
I can't say for 100%. Actually, before I commit to that, would he be able to roll to determine the potentiality of that?
Roll insight.
Yeah, can Delphi do that as well?
Sure.
Do we have guidance?
No.
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 Right, because Tolos
Eh.
is like off. I mean, you get a D4. I don't think it's gonna help either of us.
No.
Sort of a weird thing. The Tiraha is arrogant. She's petty. She's spiteful, but she's no fool. She's not a lark.
Hmm.
So it's hard to say whether her arrogance or her survival instinct would win out.
All right.
Sergeant, spot something on the field there. Turn around. You guys asked. Interesting how you all arrived at the same question. Very interesting. I like that. Alec messaged me such similar questions earlier.
Oh.
Ajax, you have the jump on her.
Oh, he went off.
Let's go.
Let's go.
She is, as I remarked to him, upstream, a long ways away, in a pseudo ghillie suit, tucked amidst a series of bushels in a tree grove adjacent to the riverside, and there are traps abound that you managed to sneak by.
You son of a bitch.
Interesting.
Man.
Look at you go.
I
Yeah.
get it right
How
where I
far away is
want her.
this?
Honestly, it's not even a question of rolling to hit, it's a question of how much damage are you doing.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming it's like an auto crit.
an auto crit.
You have her like utterly like at your disposal.
Yeah,
is
she
why.
did
Like,
not.
Hell
you can like
yeah.
Jumps.
you can like line up the
Fuck her
shot.
up.
Yeah.
So
Just
you want me
hear
to
this aspect-
set my crit range to 1 for this, or
Just set your crit range to run, and let's just rock it.
Oh my gosh,
Fucking hit her
yes.
with the hunter's mark.
Alright.
Hit her with the hunter's mark.
He rolled. Let it be known.
Yep, Hunter's Mark's already on there.
How well she rolled on stealth. He succeeded by 1 in spotting her.
Oh my
God,
god.
it
Alright. So
Hmm?
on a normal
Favorite
hit,
character.
this would be 2d10 plus. You know what? I'm just gonna roll it. I don't need to spell out the math for any of you guys.
Once you figure out the math, as you're figuring out the math, I'm gonna describe this. Actually, no, do the math first. I want to see the numbers. I want to get the hype from the
Do
numbers.
you want to do it non-lethally just in case you actually go from full to
That
zero?
is up to you. Well, the thing is, if you go full to 0, she still has to make a death save anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Them's the insta-kill rules. You guys fall under the same thing. It's just immensely hard to hit that, but when you do, though,
Got the super jump on
It's-
someone.
I don't care if you non-lethally shot him in the back of the head. You shot him in the back of the head. They might still die. People have lived from getting shot in the head, though.
Head.
Yep, they have.
Happened in World War II once. They got a Nazi surgeon to fix the guy up,
Hot damn.
which is pretty interesting, huh? A Nazi
Got a
neuroscientist.
lobotomy out of it or something?
This is gonna.
I don't know what actually happened with him, but yeah, let's see
gonna
this.
suck.
No, it's not.
Come on.
Oh no, I missed. All right.
Oh, damn.
And-
So anyways, holy Christ on a bike. So what? That's 30
Alright,
plus
let's take a look.
19, 49
Let's
plus
go.
59,
Stab a bitch.
62?
Because
Yeah.
you two can have this look of satisfaction.
Is
Doesn't
it is
1
a
to
favorite
0 her.
It does not zero her, unless you add another source of dice. She has 73 HP total.
Oh, you need like
That's
So you are-
you did the exact
you are
amount
11
that I
off.
have in health.
Oh
You
my
have the
God.
That's exactly
um,
my health.
You
How
can
fitting.
add Evelina's die to damage rolls. Like hers can be added to them if
Okay.
you
Let's
want.
go.
And that's
So you
a
get
D
2d6.
what?
Oh.
D6 is
2d6.
2d6, so it's-
2d6.
You still are very unlikely to finish her.
But would
honestly, if you drop her to single digit, she's falling unconscious. Right? She might
would I
not
also
die. But she's
reroll
gonna
ones
die.
or twos on that 2d6 though?
Yes.
So
Same
it's
same
a
roll.
Good chance.
Then I will add it.
Very, very nice.
What's her HP? Like her max HP?
73, so she's at 11
73.
currently.
Oh,
So if you get her within like 5, I'm saying that's good enough. I don't give a shit. Like this is all so
Okay,
much
so
fucking
you do
damage.
6
And you have a second attack.
Fuck you.
6.
You have a second attack anyways, so.
No, he doesn't.
Oh no, you don't. Right.
No, I don't.
Could he
Wait.
have a second attack? Because fuck this.
Wait. Your Horizon Walker should.
That's on there. Yeah, the Shredder Slight's on there. Yeah, it is.
Sneak mark.
Is
Is
it?
that the force damage?
Is it?
I see
Is
the
it?
1d6 from Hunter's Mark.
You got sneak attack.
Oh wait, yeah.
Uh,
It's checked, but I don't know why it didn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what?
Just roll it up
a
normally.
damage?
2d6 plus
I was about
1d6.
to be like,
Yeah,
oh,
no,
wait,
it
how
didn't.
far is he? Can Morvir get a shot? And then it's
It
like,
didn't.
Yeah,
health bar's gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what, I saw the 1d6. I was like, yeah, that's Hunter's Mark.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, boom. And then one more. Boop.
All right, so that's
a little
let's add that up. 62 plus 5 plus 14, 81 damage. As you skulk behind Latirha, you can see this manic, psychopathic, wicked, gleeful grin she has on her face, looking halfway to the Joker. And you can see she's even fidgeting with like another explosive device. And as you're smokily stalking up next to her, making nary a sound, watching every step for a branch or break or twig or brush, you can hear Kadir's voice. Ajax, I know where you have come from. And you know I temper you against this. But there are times when a mad dog must be put down. Remember who you are, who you were, and who you are becoming when you make the strike.
He watches her for several minutes. He spots in the distance the West Levy approaching, and he knows that once they start scanning around, searching the place, she's going to try to beat a hasty retreat. He lines up his shot and thinks to himself, "What a wonderful world." He thinks to
sneaking out of
himself, thinking on Kadir's teachings. No malice. Mercy killing. And then he strikes
Lethally.
with the point of his spear.
All the way to where your spear finds purchase, aimed to sever both her spinal column and strike through her heart. What little she has of it. All the way up until it penetrates through. She's giggling, muttering to herself about that stupid fucking cat. This'll teach him. Well, maybe it has. Maybe it hasn't. She'll never learn the truth of the matter. You run her through, and your spear penetrates all the way through bone and organ, out from the front of the ribcage, through the gaps between, even going so far as to hit the ground on the other side. I think Christopher Lee said it best: when someone gets stabbed, they don't scream in agonizing pain. It is a mere exhale as the wind is knocked out of them. No words, no screams, no torture. It's a mercy kill. Latira is dead by thy hand. And it's a rather obvious thing as the IED she has in her hand sort of rolls out. It doesn't blow up, don't worry. But you are spotted by some West Levy as they begin pointing at you with their rifles out. They don't aim them at you, they're just pointing with their hands.
Mhm.
The next some 5, 10, 15 minutes for you guys is a bit of a blur. The West Levy clear the field and close in on you, Ajax, seeing that you have killed another person. But before any combative jury or verdict is ruled, the sergeant stops them and confirms with the rest of you, is this Latirha? You do, obviously confirm it. And he compares the explosive that you guys gave him to the one that she had roll out of her hand. They're immensely similar. And it's really only Morvir that catches this. They're immensely similar, but they're not the same. But they're similar enough to trick a West Levy Legionnaire. You guys are brought in for questioning out in the West Levy encampment. Of course, Wolfgang does clear the air a bit. Final confirmations are made. A couple members of the community are even brought in, semi against their will, but you don't leave a West Levy questioning scot-free. So they confirm who Latira was as a person, who she ran with, that sort of thing. You guys even see Porter and Zrix get brought in, and they don't snitch. But by that point, everyone, well, rather the West Levy have enough confirmation. You definitely took the execution into your own hands. It definitely should have been given to the courts of law. But the West Levy captain cannot fault you for what you did, considering how they likely would have ended at the same terminal decision. Ajax, you are instructed by the West Levy captain to not cause any more trouble whatsoever, and if you can't look her in the eye and say that you will do that, you will be exiled out of your hometown by her authority. If you can follow through on that, you can stay. Just don't get into any more trouble.
This ain't my hometown. I'm out of this bitch. No.
Yeah, that's what you want, yeah.
No. Yeah. He will look her in the eye and say, after such an eventful day, no more trouble from me.
He stares uncomfortably long at you guys. Ajax in particular. Then nods once. Alright then. You're dismissed. She looks at Silas. And to you, Silas of the Heartlands. It's not your actual name, but she says it anyways. You have my condolences for what happened. She looks to you, Sajar. I know Mr. Ajax took matters into his own hands, but I appreciate that you're willing to let us handle it.
Oh.
I hope that could be the way in this town going forward, while we're still here.
Sometimes you have to let the person with the best equipment do the job they're equipped to do.
She nods at that. Alright then. You're dismissed. Oh, actually, Mr. Ajax.
He turns,
She flings a bag at you.
pelts him in the head. He dies.
Justice delivered.
Another
Testing.
criminal off the street.
We open the bag to see what killed him. It's a bomb.
Done.
Oh god.
Oh god!
You catch it, I'm assuming.
Yes. He gets it.
You catch it. You could feel the jingling and jangling of it. And as you look down at it and look to her, she just remarks, "We've ran the numbers. That should be around the price for a bounty hunter contract. Don't spend it all in one place." She walks back into her tent.
So, Crash, because I'm me, can I determine How
Yeah.
much gold is in that pouch?
As
The
it's
way it
flying
jingles.
through the air, he
He
calculates
just,
like the
you hear the
speed.
jingling
Yeah,
coin in his hands.
velocity.
Like,
He calculates
Naturally.
the speed at which it travels and the force at which he like
It
used to
impacts.
propel it. And he's like, "Oh, that must be 30 gold."
I can instinctually tell what something is worth by looking at it.
It's
That's
don't get me wrong.
amazing.
Arson is bad. Murder is confirmed. Runaway, travel expense to hunting down someone is sort of bought into by the Bounty Hunters Guild. Like they cover that expense as part of their job, right? So it's incumbent onto them to give jobs which are closer to minimize expense. There's a whole thing for us if you guys play Bounty Hunters in some way or shape or form. The amount that just got given over to Ajax is 700 gold pieces.
That's a good way to start a criminal
Oh.
empire.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
That
so
sounded like
sharing is
700
caring.
gold pieces, Ajax. Congratulations.
Yeah, give it to Delphi. That's funeral pay.
Hey,
Evelina nods sagely at the correct denumeration. Like she's like, it was indeed 700 gold pieces.
Okay.
I have a friend that actually talks like this. we'll do all we'll say all this stuff to him. He's like, okay, and I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Bet.
You hit me with a single letter response.
Better than
You
being
guys
left on
exit
red.
out- You guys exit out of the West Levy encampment back into the town of Berfidir. You guys will not. You guys are definitely. You guys were a decently known quantity before, more so for Wolfgang, but now you guys are all a known quantity by the West Levy. Consider how you were in there for a decent amount of time, to the point where it's sort of better and worse. You won't be hassled coming in and out of town because they know who you are. But yeah, like waiting outside is Porter and Zrix because they were also brought in for questioning. Not that they snitched or anything. As well as some other members of the community. Mr. Ewan is also there. And it's sort of weird. He goes over up to you guys. So that's it then. The terror is gone.
Yeah.
Alright. Can't say, she didn't deserve it. But
kind
he
of
looks
say?
across all of you. I'm happy that you're the ones that did. Then penned her out. He looks at you, Ajax. They got her.
Ajax will look over at Silas.
It says this whole time I imagine, other than being questioned, like they would answer when they were questioned, as numbed, quiet. But as you look over, I imagine that kind of catches their eye, and they look over at you, and there is just endless gratitude in their eyes.
That seems to catch him off guard. Me as well.
Wait, you're happy? What? Huh?
You're saying that you're looking at Morvir for that?
Huh?
Or Mr.
Yeah.
Oh, the gratitude in Silas's eyes.
Mhm.
It's aimed at Ajax, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought was happening.
Well, Morvir is like, I look at Silas, and you're like, I look at
Oh.
him, and I was like, so Morvir.
Oh, no, my bad. No,
I think
Silas is looking at Ajax and is just, yeah.
Would have imagined you wanted to be the one.
I was given the chance, yes. But I'm just glad she didn't get away with it.
I prefer my way better, but at least it was a kill. You guys turn to look at a nearby bench, and Ichabod is just sort of idly flicking up and down this cylindrical tube that looks remarkably similar to the evidence you guys kicked over.
It was
Yeah,
you
win them
that
all, I
was
guess.
Yeah, it was you then, wasn't it, that you saw?
Aren't you
You saw her?
insightful?
Yeah.
Oh, what I would have loved to have seen. Watching the glow coming out of their throat. Oh well.
Her throat? Is that
Her
what he's talking
throat.
I
about?
think he's insinuating we get the bomb, and we do the same thing to her. She has the spirit
Fuck.
box.
Oh.
Yeah, I
for
think
an eye.
Morvir opens his mouth to say something along that line, and then doesn't speak. He doesn't speak it.
Ichabod looks over at you and gives you the motion of a wink, not that you could see Ichabod's eyes.
He knows spiritually he got winked at.
Yeah. Oh well. He like sticks the the throat burnout bomb under his sleeve, into his sleeve.
I hope I never see one of those things again.
Be a good little person and you won't.
Oh,
You're
I
a
highly
wicked
doubt
person.
that, but one can dream.
Be a good person, you won't. Be a bad person, and I assure someone you will be pissed off enough to do similar. That's just how things go. Bad people
Yeah.
always get coming for them, if I have anything to say about it.
Well, I'm glad this bad person had you going after them then.
He, like, stands up and sort of, like, grabs at the bench and just sort of, like, parkours over it and then disappears, even though you could see the bottom, so he just never, like, hits the ground. And then you're just like, what the fuck? Yeah, as soon as last sight broke it, he disappears, and you're like, what the fuck? And then, Delphi, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and he just sort of leans his face next to your face, just sort of like fucking like some Attack on Titan meme shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You haven't